The little boy's bedroom was usually a very cozy place, but tonight something was wrong. With a soft pop and a fizzle, the old nightlight in the corner went dark. The room, once so soft and safe, was suddenly filled with deep, shadowy shapes. In the new darkness, a tiny, new light bulb named Spark trembled in his socket on the bedside table. Spark was so new and so small. He had never glowed before, not all by himself. He could feel a little boy's worry drifting through the room like a cool breeze. A tiny sniffle came from the bed, then another. The boy was afraid of the dark, and his fear made Spark's glass feel very cold. Spark knew he had to be brave. He had to help. He took a deep, tiny breath and concentrated with all his might. He pushed out the smallest, shakiest little glimmer. It was a pale, dim light, barely enough to see his own base. It wasn't cozy at all. It wasn't enough to chase away the big shadows. Spark felt a little flicker of disappointment. But then he remembered something the old nightlight had once said. "True light isn't just bright," it had whispered. "It's colorful. It holds feelings. Find the colors of comfort, and you will shine truly brightly." But where could a little light bulb find colors in the middle of the night? Just then, a sliver of moonlight spilled through the window. It landed right on the little boy's favorite toy, a fluffy stuffed duck sitting on the pillow. The moonlight touched the duck's soft feathers, making them gleam with a warm, friendly, happy color. It was the color of sunshine and buttery popcorn. It was the color of a big, friendly smile. Yellow, Spark thought. That color looked so warm and happy. Maybe he could try to glow like that. Spark closed his tiny filament eyes and thought of sunshine and friendly ducks. He focused on that happy, warm feeling, and slowly his little light began to change. His dim white glow warmed into a soft, buttery yellow. It was a small, sunny circle on the table. From the bed, the sniffles quieted just a little bit. The boy had seen the friendly yellow glow, but the shadows in the corners were still very deep and big. What other color could help? Spark looked around his sunny yellow circle. His light reached out and touched the cover of a book lying open on the table. The book was about the deep ocean. On the cover was a color that was the opposite of his sunny yellow. It was a calm, deep, peaceful color. It was the color of a quiet lake and the soft summer sky just before a nap. It was a soothing, gentle blue. Spark took a deep breath and thought of calm, peaceful water and gentle waves. He let the cool, quiet feeling fill him up. His yellow light began to swirl and mix, softening into a gentle, soothing blue. The room felt quieter. The shadows seemed to soften at their edges, no longer so sharp and scary. The little boy let out a long, sleepy sigh. The brave blue light was very calming, but something was still missing. The room needed one more feeling. It needed bravery. Spark looked across the room. There, on a low shelf, was the little boy's toy fire truck. It was a bold, bright, strong color. It was the color of juicy apples and beating hearts. It was a strong, courageous red. Could Spark be that brave? He felt a little nervous. Red was such a big, powerful color for such a small bulb. But he thought of the little boy, trying to be brave in his bed. Spark knew he had to be brave too. He puffed out his tiny glass chest and thought of brave hearts and warm, cozy hugs. He gathered all his courage. And then, a wonderful thing happened. Spark's gentle blue light began to pulse and grow warmer. It swirled together with a memory of his sunny yellow, and a new color bloomed right at his center. A bright, brave, beautiful red. It wasn't a scary red. It was a warm, loving, courageous red. The three colors, happy yellow, peaceful blue, and brave red, swam around inside him, dancing together. They swirled and they mixed and they became something brand new. Spark wasn't just glowing yellow or blue or red anymore. He was glowing a brilliant, warm, pure white, a light that was all the colors combined. It was the coziest, most comforting light imaginable. It gleamed brightly, pushing the shadows all the way back into the corners until they disappeared completely. The whole room was filled with a soft, safe, brave glow. The little boy's room was no longer a scary place. It was a cozy cave of light. The boy's breathing became slow and steady. A small smile touched his lips as he hugged his fluffy yellow duck. He felt safe. He felt brave. He felt loved. Spark glowed with all his might. He glowed with happiness for the yellow duck. He glowed with peacefulness for the deep blue sea. He glowed with bravery for the red fire truck. But most of all, he glowed with love for the little boy who was no longer afraid. He had learned that courage wasn't about not being scared. It was about caring for someone else so much that you try anyway. And he had learned that the best kind of light, the light that truly chases the dark away, is made of many beautiful colors together. Spark kept watch all night long, his light a soft gleaming lullaby in the darkness. And he wondered what other adventures and what other colors he might discover tomorrow night. Moral: courage means feeling scared but using your heart to be brave for someone else.